I'm going to call on somebody who hasn't spoken yet. Eddie, what does future thinking skills mean? And it's okay if you don't remember perfectly, just try your best.
Future thinking skills are like,
What does future mean?
like,
Means like hasn't happened yet, right?
hasn't happened.
Yeah. So what do you think future thinking skills means?
Like you are trying to think what's going to happen next.
Exactly. Future thinking skills means you're trying to think of what's going to happen next or thinking about the future. Max, do you remember what I said about why somebody's brain that works like yours, sometimes their brain makes it hard to think about things in the future?
I don't remember you saying anything about it, but I assume it's because it feels like there's a lot of stuff going on right now.
So it could be that there's a lot of stuff going. Yeah. Right? So guys, when somebody's brain works like yours, it's hard for them sometimes to picture things in the future. It will get better as you get older, but for right now, it's still kind of hard. So that's why we talk about future thinking skills having to do with money. So here's what I want to ask you. All right? Okay. I want you guys to just think about the picture I showed you. What do we need to be picturing right now, all right, having to do with future thinking skills? What do we have to think about when we go to the boardwalk and we see stuff we want? Eddie?
You have to think about the price.
About the price? Okay, and what did I just tell you about the price, Eddie? Perfect. Things are going to be what? What's that?
That the prices are high.
And why are the prices higher here?
Because there's gonna be people on vacation.
Right,
And
exactly. Eddie, just say it again real quick so the microphone can hear you. You said it perfectly.
Yeah. They want to get money out of your hands, so the prices are really high.
Right. Do you guys ever hear the word overpriced?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it means, okay? All right. Has anyone ever been to Disney World? Or Disneyland? No? Are things expensive there?
Yes.
Same reason why. People are on vacation. They know people are going to spend money more easily. Eddie, just hold that, okay? You can hold it. It's fine. All right. Okay, Jackson, what else do we need to be picturing right now? And I want you guys, Andrew and Cooper, I want you to actually be picturing in your mind what you might want to spend money on when you're at the boardwalk. What kind of things do you think you guys, do teenagers your age spend money on when they're at the boardwalk here? Yeah, go ahead.
Well, you can. So if you spend the money, you can see if you want to use it in the future.
Right. But what I'm saying is, I want you guys to think about what might you see on the boardwalk today that you might want. Cooper.
Candy.
Perfect. Oh, I'm so glad Cooper said that. Okay. Guys, do you know what one of the biggest money makers on the boardwalk is?
Candy and sweets.
Yes. Do you know why?
Because kids are everywhere.
Because kids are everywhere, Jackson. But here's the other reason: because they can overcharge for candy more than they can overcharge for anything else. Who's ever been to, guys, one of those stores where like you get a bag and you fill it with candy, right? Those stores are one of the best businesses you can have because they make so much money. Because who doesn't want candy, right? And they can charge ridiculous amounts of money for it, and it works.
The grocery store does it, and nobody uses it.
Right.
So
Yes.
we should get the grocery store one on the boardwalk.
Right. Or are you talking about Wegmans does it? Yeah. Okay.
10 times profit boost if they just go to the boardwalk.
Right. Andrew.
Another reason those stores make so much money is because you don't know how much money it's going to cost you until you go and pay for it, but you can't put it back.
Right, right. I mean, you can put it back, but a lot of the stores, to Andrew's point, have a no return thing, right? Especially right now. Chaz, what else might you see on the boardwalk that you could possibly want to spend money on? Think about it. Do you guys think they sell things having to do with video games?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? You're going to see a million stuff about Fortnite shirts or Minecraft shirts,
Buy a shirt.
right? Now, I'm not saying that's necessarily for you guys, but you're going to see tons of that, okay? What else do you think teenagers might spend money on the boardwalk? I want to hear from somebody I haven't heard from yet. Will?
Jewelry.
Jewelry, yeah. A lot of teenagers like buying necklaces, right? Because they have kind of cool necklaces everywhere. All right, so we said candy. I don't know how to spell jewelry. I don't remember. Wait.
I think it's J-E.
I think I got it. Okay. Xander, you've been to the Ocean City Boardwalk. What else might guys your age want to buy there?
Ice cream.
Ice cream. Yes. And guys, the big ice cream place here, you know how many of them are on the boardwalk? Not 50, but there's like 6 different ones on the boardwalk within like a 10-block radius.
So silly.
So Jackson, why do you think there's 10 of the same ice cream places?
Maybe because they think they're gonna get lots of profit because so much people like ice cream.
Right, and because it's busy. Yeah. All right, Andrew.
When you keep saying seeing the same thing over and over, it gets stuck in your head.
Perfect. Yes, when you keep seeing the same thing over and over, it gets stuck in your head. That's how ads work, guys. When you see an ad over and over, you're more likely to buy something. Okay? Anything else, Patrick, that you can think of that teenagers might want to buy at the boardwalk? No? Okay. Yeah, Jackson.
I don't know if this is maybe they do this here, but like there's a Wonderland place there or something like that.
Right.
Do you have to pay to get on like?
Absolutely.
So then maybe that.
Yeah. So guys, Jackson brought up a good point. There's rides on the boardwalk they don't open till 4 o'clock, but you know how much the roller coaster is? They have a brand new roller coaster that just opened last year.
Probably like $20.
I think it's like 15 for one ride.
One?
For one ride, for one
So-
2-minute ride. Yeah. Okay, because they can do that, and you know what? It works. All
I
right.
have a question. Aren't we going somewhere like?
So hold on, Jackson. So guys, here's the deal. Before we get to the boardwalk, Chaz, you need to be picturing in your brain, and you need to ask yourself these questions. Is this something I can buy at home or online? Okay? So question, let me write this. Guys, here's what you have to ask yourself. Number 1, can I buy this at home or online? All right? What else do you think you need to ask yourself before you make a purchase? Eddie?
Is it worth getting?
Okay, perfect. Is it worth getting? And Will, here's something I always teach kids, okay? This is a really important one, guys. I want you to listen to this. This is when you have to use your future thinking skills and ask yourself, am I going to want this in 3 hours from now? Am I going to want this in 3 days from now? Okay? What's usually the answer to that for stuff you see on the boardwalk? I'd say probably 70-30. 70% of the time you're not going to want it 3 days from now, and 30% of the time you will. I can tell you guys, I've been going to the Ocean City Boardwalk my whole life. Do you know how many things I actually had to still show for it after like a year? Maybe one necklace. Out of everything I ever bought in the Ocean City Boardwalk my whole life, I maybe had one thing for a year, or even 8 months, and it was like a necklace, okay? So my point being, guys, that lots of times we buy stuff we don't need or we won't want a little later. And who remembers what that's called? When we buy something and then we decide we don't want it. It's called
Impulse.
an impulse buy
Purchase.
or
Impulse purchase.
impulse purchase, yeah. Or a regret buy. Raise your hand if you've ever bought something and then afterwards you were like, oh, I wish I didn't get this. Who's ever bought a game for their phone or a video game and they were like, I don't really like this game after they bought it? Okay. Who's ever got one of those big bags of candy somewhere and then kind of maybe didn't like the candy you got or didn't wind up finishing it?
I just don't risk it. I just get like a bag of Sour Patch Kids.
Okay. That's a smarter choice. Okay. Guys, most people in life have made regret purchases or impulse buys, so that's not unusual, right? But we just have to use our future thinking skills a little more to plan a little better with spending money, particularly when we're at the boardwalk, and that's why we're talking about this, okay?